found it in my room and kept it.
Granddaddy probably knew
Hell
what you was
yeah.
gonna do with that bitch too.
All right, so I watched my grandfather shoot three Klansmen when they burned the cross in our yard. My uncle and my grandfather sat in our house, sat in the breezeway and the front door and lit those motherfuckers up. I watched it, and then there was like nine of them. They came in four cars. The ones that got away, and the ones that got hit laid there. My grandma called the police. The police came, and it was Mr. Thomas. I'm sorry this happened again. Blah 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 blah. They checked up. My grandpa and uncle turned over the firearms. They came and got those idiots out the yard, and nothing ever happened again. A week later, the firearms came back. My grandfather was a G, but he was also a vet. So I think it's just different.
He was killing KKK. That was up. That was the
He
type
lit
of
them the
killing
fuck
I
up.
want here, man.
But the
Yep.
That's
dude
what I
was
want
right.
here.
It
Let's
depends
kill
on where
them
you
type of
come
folks.
from. Because
You
Yeah,
supposed
he
to
lit them up.
kill.
folks
You
in the
supposed to
South,
kill whatever's a threat, man.
Very
Yep.
much
Whether it's
so.
blue,
Very much
black,
so.
green, brown,
He
it's a
killed them.
threat.
Yep.
It's a threat. Straight
But
up.
you're not supposed to. I don't think gangs were started to kill black people. I just think the result was that somebody outside forces got involved and drugs got involved and money became a thing, and black folks started killing black folks because we wasn't doing that in the '60s and '70s, and we wasn't doing
But
it in the '40s and '50s, and
and
we
that's
weren't
what
really
I was
doing it in the
getting at.
'80s.
And that's
That
why I was
started
getting
with
at.
the
A
whole
lot of these
crack and
old folks
everything
don't
else.
go for all that gang banging. That's what I kind of was getting
No,
at.
Man, matter of fact, nah, brothers need to do some studies because I know people who grew up in the '70s, right? They
I
would
grew up
people
in the
was getting,
'70s.
He just
yeah,
said
people.
50s and
Hey,
60s.
well, no, he said '60s and '70s.
Hmm.
He said the '50s. I
Or
don't.
maybe I know I heard 60s
Can't
too. I
get,
don't know. I thought I heard 50s
but
and 60s.
after
And
you
he
Somebody
say
else.
said
that,
60s and
you
70s.
say you say that to
yeah.
To the
say like
60s
black
though.
people wasn't killing black people in the 40s and 50s. Niggas
Yeah,
always been
but
killing
but
niggas.
but there
No,
was
it's
no
still
there was
Man,
no
killing.
type of culture. But this is
Nigga,
what I'm
my
saying. There
Niggas
was
uncle
been
no
got
type of
killed in the
culture to
70s.
promote
I
that.
don't want to hear that shit.
There was no type of culture that was promoting that though. Is what I'm saying. It
No,
was
bro,
I
they've
get
no.
I get what
always
you're
had
saying.
but there's
territory.
no culture that's promoting that now.
You
You
said
act like
what?
just because there's no culture that's promoting that now.
How it
You're
ain't? You
full of
can
Facts.
hear it
shit,
all in
dude.
the
Because
music.
You're full of shit.
you act as if
Nah,
it's
Andre, don't say he full of
all
shit. He not full of shit. He telling
How
truth.
how
I'm a
how it
land.
We are
ain't though?
I'm a
literally our culture's
I'm a
promoting
land.
it.
I'm a land with this. I'm just because dudes claim what they claim, those turfs and neighborhoods aren't existing just for the pure fact or the pure purpose of killing another neighborhood. You act like shit wasn't done over the course of time and histories didn't exist that's blood rooted in certain neighborhoods that make shit go the way that it go. There's certain reasons why certain projects don't like certain projects. Like
Does
it
that
was
make
certain
any sense, really?
Okay, but this is what I'm saying.
Does that make
what
any
does that make?
sense? How is
How
a
does that make
neighborhood not
sense?
gonna like a
whether it be
neighborhood?
gang culture,
What you mean
whether it be
how
what we
every
listen
neighborhood
to,
ain't gonna like a neighborhood? You not
How
from
is
a
a whole
neighborhood
neighborhood not gonna like a whole neighborhood?
because
Just how is
exactly.
shit
it gonna come
happened
to
over the
violence?
shit happened over the where are you from? Shit happened over the course of time in certain neighborhoods that
Uh huh.
affected certain communities
He
differently.
in Minnesota. He in
So
Minnesota.
Right.
so so
I'm
like
in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So
Man, it's
all right. So
gangsters
Minnie,
everywhere. I don't know.
I don't know about
right,
over there. I don't know
it's
about over
gangster
there.
as hell here. But how does a whole
I,
neighborhood, literally, how long
nah, it
does it
might be
last?
certain people. This is what I'm trying to say. There's certain people that's entwined within the culture that the dude and I are discussing. You're trying to generalize it like the whole neighborhood, like the whole south of Broadway or the west side don't like the whole
You
upper
gotta
side.
read between the lines.
You're trying to generalize it. I'm just saying, like, okay, say there's a dude from a certain team over here, and this team, you act like let's not become like let's not be spaced out. We know that these coaches has been around for over generations now.
Yes.
I don't know how Minnesota is, but it's certain neighborhoods that's deep rooted in these different cultures, whether it's
Yes.
this thing or that thing or this thing or that thing. So it's certain people, like I was speaking about grandparents, it's certain people, grandparents, for instance, that got murdered by another neighborhood
No, I know.
years
I
ago,
agree with you.
years ago. And now
At this
the shit
point in
ain't
time,
stopped.
maybe so.
No,
Bro,
where I'm
But this
from,
what
real
I'm
talk.
I'm
saying.
just trying to land. I'm just trying to land. Y'all gonna
Go ahead.
dissect it, but at the same time, y'all trying to generalize it. Like we're not speaking about specific things as far as dudes being in the neighborhood trying to claim gangster and then turn civilian. It all boils down to if you in a certain neighborhood and you not with what's going on with that type of lifestyle, Okay, get out the way. But the dudes that's involved in that shit, they got other reasons. It's not like a dude came down with that shit just because he want to shoot people from up the street. There's other reasons that dudes is involved in shit, and shit just happens. We at a point in we having conversations like we at the beginning of all the coaches. Like, this is why shit has happened. Shit's been happening.
No, I ain't
No,
having
I
this
Motherfuckers.
get that.
conversation because at the end of the day,
Yeah. Yeah, I
I know
can't
plenty
lie. Yeah.
niggas that join
Yeah.
gangs just because it's cool. I know plenty niggas that want to join gangs and want to get in beat bitches like
But you
that what
can't
everybody around them
generalize it
like.
like that
I get what you're
like that
saying. It
speaks for
came from some
everybody.
real shit. I get this is
Some
what I'm
people was
saying.
on
This
the
is what I'm saying.
football team and he
Okay,
just from the
this is what I'm
neighborhood.
saying. Okay, this is what I'm saying. I get what you're saying. To me, to me, in my opinion, the way a lot of this gangster shit started was really from poverty, was really from the need of feeling like it needed to be. You dig what I'm saying? Some real shit. But
Yeah, and that's
now
when people become that's when people become
we have
that's when people
Hold on,
glorified
become
and
hold on,
ignorant.
bro.
commercialized. Hold on. We have glorified and commercialized gangsterism and gang banging so much. Whereas if you don't, even if you don't have to do that, that's what a lot of niggas want to do. That's what I'm saying. So, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, our grandparents and shit like that, before it was big Crips and big Bloods and big all that kind of shit, they weren't going for this shit. They was too busy trying to worry about the white man killing them. You ain't have time to be sitting
No,
up here
no,
going against each other versus that's
that's
a
not
fact.
true though, bro.
That's a
They
fact,
had the
bro.
no, that's
When
not,
black people
bro.
was against white folks,
Hey,
when
feel
black
free.
folks
We
was
have
against
great
white
stuff.
folks, you didn't have time to go against your own race.
Yo, you
Not on that
tripping,
type of
bro.
level. No,
Yo, y'all
not to
tripping,
have a
bro.
whole hood that didn't like another hood. That's a
Bro,
fact.
yo, they had other street gangs before the Bloods. Y'all know that, right? You understand there was a
Hold on, you kind
whole
of
lot
cut
of
out. Hold on. Go
you know there
ahead.
was
I can hear you.
a whole lot of other street gangs before Bloods and Crips, right? I
Well,
know,
no,
like in
it's the
Okay,
same
but I'm talking
gangs.
about
They
as a
just put
hold
whole.
Crip
on,
on
hold
it.
on, hold on. Let me speak. I'm just saying. You know, I know like in New York there was Warriors. They had Tomahawks. They had different street gangs that used to go against the other street gangs, bro.
Maybe in New
They was
York, yeah.
no, nah, that's all over, bro. Chicago, all over, bro.
Nah,
We ain't
Oh
gonna
yeah,
just
yeah.
un
In L.A., it would have been the Crenshaw boys, the Normandy boys, Western
exactly.
boys, Figueroa boys. Yeah, yeah. They
The
would eventually
businessmen,
pick up red and
the
blue though. But yeah, they
businessmen. Yeah,
started off
right,
as
right.
regular street gangs.
Exactly. And they fought against each other here and there, bro. So what are we talking about right now, bro?
Yo, back
No,
in the
they
it
day,
was
they
not.
used to
It
that
was
call a
they
not
nation
like
do.
of
what it
God.
is
Back
now,
in the
bro.
day, they used
That
to
was
call a
not the
nation of
case.
gods and earths a street gang. They used to call the nations of gods and earths a street. Anytime you have people of a certain hue sticking together doing something, those other people gonna call that shit a gang. I don't give a fuck what type of spin you put on. Because back
Okay,
when we
My
but
started
that
my
making
was
the
what
boy.
The,
type of
the
gang
documentary,
is
Zulu
we talking
Nation is
about though?
labeled as a gang. The Zulu
But
Hold
Nation
on.
That's a
labeled as a
different
Hold
gang.
on.
type of
nobody's
gang than
Hold
what we
on. Hold
talking
on. Hold
about
on.
though.
Hold
legit
on. One
gangs.
second. One
We're
second. One
talking
second.
legit gangs.
One second, bro. We got two documented ones, right? That's in the form of movies, right? One is the Warriors, and the other one is the Education of Sonny Carson, right? Because you hear that in the clips of Ghostface and all that, whatever. Go back and watch them movies, bro. Those was movies that talked about street gangs way before Bloods and Crips, bro, and they was fighting each other. So what
And
are
West
we
Side
talking about?
Story. And West Side Story, Caddy.
West Side
West
Story
Side
got
Story
gangs
went
too.
by black folks.
so
I'm
if
just
you
saying
if
West
you
Side
gangs.
talk
I'm
Story
talking
went
about
by
gangs
black
in
if
folks.
you
general
talk
though.
if you talk to
I'm
Gangs
talking
a
in
about
lot of
black
general.
folks.
if you talk to a lot of founding fathers, Adamu on the East Coast, they're gonna tell you that most of them was 5%. They was claiming that shit as a gang back in the day. And them niggas was still going against the Neanderthals and Land Kings back then when they was under the nation of gods and earths. Shit,
What
They
and
was the
some
going
niggas
five
against.
just
percenters?
turned
Let me
down
ask you
movies.
this: 5%ers. What was their motive? What was their overall motive?
I think you missing the point
Listen,
though,
man,
bro.
you keep
We
saying
I
not
what
get
even
what
somebody
y'all
saying.
got their
saying.
motive
Okay, yes,
is.
there were gangs. There were gangs. I get it. But what I'm saying is, we can.
I'm just trying to educate you,
There's
brother, on
nothing
how
good
certain
come
neighborhoods is. You say you was
Twilight
from
Zone.
Minnesota. That's the Twin
Right.
I'm
Cities,
not from
right?
no Minnesota.
I
I'm
Yeah.
don't
not
know
from,
what's
but
I'm
going
other
on
from
in
niggas
Minnesota.
said
Minnesota.
that. I
Nah, we
don't know.
can't.
Like I
We
said,
Oh yeah, you said you
Auntie,
was from
growing
Alabama. You said you was from
growing
Alabama.
up,
I
yeah,
don't know
from
what's
Detroit,
going
the
on in
Detroit and
Alabama.
Birmingham, Alabama, Detroit and Birmingham, Alabama. Either one. A
Well,
lot
you
of people
from
from
Detroit.
Detroit
You
came
know what
from the south.
you from Detroit. You
Detroiters
know what
came from
time
the
it is.
south.
You know
Detroiters
what
came
time it
from
is
the
if you're
south
from the
to
D.
escape racism. Either way
yo,
it go,
Blitz.
I don't know. In Birmingham,
Hold on,
in
hold on,
specific,
hold
Birmingham.
on,
Hold on,
Blitz.
hold on, hold on. Let me speak on Birmingham. In Birmingham, you had Martin Luther King march. You had white people putting water hose, fire department putting water hose on us, calling us niggas. You think we had a chance to be against each other at that point? I don't know. That's why I said it was different. Maybe it was different places. But at the end of the day, we wasn't on that. Okay, yeah,
Hell yeah, niggas was
you
still
had,
going against each other because you had
yeah,
niggas
but
back then that was still gangster running numbers
okay,
and
yeah,
liquor and
but
all
it
types of
wasn't.
shit.
At
You
the end
trying
of
to
the day,
act like
it was not
everybody black is
glorified like
mafia.
it is now. It was not perpetuated like it is now. I don't give a fuck what you
Nah,
tell me.
Vic.
And
Nah, Vic.
the music is
Yo, Vic.
humongous now.
Man, yes it
Yo,
was,
Now,
man. Yes it was.
you tripping, bro? Because if it wasn't, then you sitting in
He's
Alabama.
actually right. The
Hold
gangs
on.
didn't start just for us killing each other back and forth. There was a purpose of the gang to protect us from white supremacy. He's actually right
okay,
Yeah.
on that.
okay,
Ain't
thank you.
nobody, nobody disputed that from him, bro. Y'all niggas is all over
So
the
what
place,
you
bro.
talking about
Because
then?
ain't nobody say that,
That's
bro.
what I'm talking about.
Because you tried to y'all painting a narrative like as if the Bloods, the gangs now wake up in the morning and just go right at their own kind, and that's their main
It's
cause is to
gotten
kill
out
their
of
own
hand.
kind. Like as if the ones back,
It is.
That
bro, you
is what
cutting
they
me
do
off,
today.
man. Let me speak, bro. You acting like as if back then that was not going on at all whatsoever.
That
So
was not
I was
bro.
nah,
Let's be
I can't
real, my nigga.
I can't
And
fuck
Crips
I
and
can't.
Blood
You're
and
right. I can't speak to
And
this nigga, bro.
GDs and all
Bro,
that.
let
I'm just
Caddy
Yeah.
saying.
talk, bro.
Listen.
Let Caddy talk
Lord,
first.
go ahead. Go ahead. Jeez, I thought he was.
What year Bumpy Johnson from?
Man,
Bumpy's from
Bumpy
this.
Johnson was doing
Bumpy's from
shit
the
off
'70s.
basis of
Early
business.
He's from the
1900s.
That's what I'm
'60s and
saying.
'70s, not early
Lord, here we
60s,
go.
late '60s, early '70s, early
Okay, but
1900s.
this is what I'm saying.
All right,
Jesus.
and there was gangster. It
Business
was black gangsters
background
before him,
behind that.
right?
Yes.
True, but this is what I'm saying. A lot of niggas is gang banging now just for sport. It ain't just behind business. It ain't to go against it. They taking our territory because we making money. It ain't even a lot of times money behind.
Well, that's
Now,
probably in your neighborhood. You
back
trying to speak
in the
for
day,
everybody neighborhood.
a lot of each
Hey,
other.
back to that
Yo,
granny
Blick.
We
shit.
had gangs.
Yo, so
Listen,
so
listen. Let me just say this last part. Let me say this last part, and I'm gonna be quiet because I got to drive in a minute. But anyway,
You
I
speaking
feel
for
like
your
I get what you're
neighborhood, not
saying.
everybody neighborhood.
Okay, whatever then. What I'm saying is, okay, yeah, we did go against each other. A lot of, you know what I'm saying, organizations that we had or gangs, whatever you want to call them, back then, of course, were to fight for a cause of a lot of times oppression. You see what I'm saying? But to me, nowadays, you don't get no stripes off really killing a white boy in the suburbs if you a GD or if you a blood, if you a crip. You don't get no cool points off that. We won't go see you kill a hard ass nigga. We won't go see you whip a hard ass nigga's ass. Then that's when you get some scrapes around here. And I don't know, maybe you say you ain't from Birmingham or Detroit or whatever, but maybe in your area you get cool points for killing white folks that have oppression or maybe just killing white boys in general. But to me, the motive, black folks don't rap about killing other white folks. We rap about and we perpetuate killing each other. I don't know why y'all acting like
Facts.
we don't. But hey, to each his own.
Facts.
That's all I'm gonna say.
My man is not wrong. He is so correct.
They know I ain't wrong. They just love fucked up ass culture so much. Black folks, we love
Man,
filth so much. We love filth so much that we wallow in it. I
We
get it. I
do.
love the music
We
too.
do.
But at the end of the day, I gotta admit, it's killing us. And while we don't want to admit that, and that's why it'll never end. But I'm done.
Yep.
So what was the
I would
problem
like to
before
add
rap?
on. I would like to add on to that, if I may.
I
It's
just want to know.
statistically proven in whatever community you in, those people are killing them people. In the community, black people killing black people. In the poor white communities, white people, Asians, so on, so on. So this whole
They ain't
Yes,
making
narrative
Captain
music.
that
Obvious. Yes, Captain Obvious.
black on black
Oh, they
crime
ain't
is
making music
propaganda.
glorifying and making it
Yes,
It
cool.
Captain
stands
They
to
ain't
Obvious.
making it
reason.
cool.
Yes, that makes sense. Except for they don't do it in the numbers that we do it, and that's the problem. You
How
can
would
play
you
Yeah,
know
Let
the
what
me
fuck
basketball.
they
numbers
speak.
we
do.
read?
They
Look
just
at
don't
the
get
One
numbers that
reported.
we
mic,
do.
one mic,
One
one
mic
mic,
on
one
Caddy.
You
mic,
don't know about
one
those
One
mic,
mic
serial
on
one
killers,
mic.
Caddy.
the mass murderers?
Bro,
One mic on
look
Caddy.
at the
hold on,
numbers in which we do it.
one mic. Come
I'm
on,
gonna
bro, because
start muting you guys. You
yeah,
need to
yeah, you gotta
not
stop
speak over
muting
the
because
moderators.
that's
Okay?
crazy,
There are
bro.
moderators in this room for a reason. Okay? We need to maintain order and respect on the stage. So, with that being said, we have a moderator that would like to speak. His name is Cadillac Ton. Now, go ahead, Cadillac.
I'm just saying, man. Like Vic, you got we everybody cleared the stage for you, bro. We let you get it out. You said you was gonna get out and fall back as you was
I'm
driving, bro.
done.
Just let when somebody's speaking, bro. We don't need the interjection because then it starts sounding like a bunch of noise, bro. Let that man clear his whole land his plane, and then somebody go after that, bro. We know how this works.
I'm
It just
done
starting to
talking.
sound like a bunch of. It's just sounding like a lot of noise, bro. When we on top of each other. That's all.
I feel it. That's why I say I'm.
Can we get a reset, Phoenix?
Why, most certainly. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Trolls Nation. The topic for today started with TI Confidential Informant or King of the South, Part 1. So the conversation has most certainly been transmuted, and we've taken a couple of different left turns. I'm not really certain where we are right now, but if you're in the room, please troll up top, hit the greenhouse, follow the club, follow all of the moderators on stage, follow our founder, T. Rolls. He's not on stage right now, and our CEO, Reek. Okay. I guess with that said, I'm going to turn it back to you guys, and hopefully you guys will respect the rules of the stage. We'll use one microphone and mute your mic when you're not speaking. Thanks.
Hey, back to the topic though. That first time T.I. went down, wasn't all his kids in the house too when he had them guns?
As opposed to his kids not being in the house when he has all the guns. Does the kids being in the house actually matter? They were in the house with the
Actually, it
It
does
guns.
matter.
does. It
Yeah,
does
it
Yeah, I
does
matter.
matter
was
because it's
It
reckless
looking
matters a
to see
lot.
where
endangerment,
he was
and it's
It
going
reckless
with
matters
it.
a lot.
endangerment of
Okay,
a
so
mind.
we're immediately going to go to not using one mic. Okay. Go ahead.
No, I mean legit. Like, is it so? Is it okay if you have kids? Are you not supposed to have guns in your house,
He's a
or is
felon.
it?
He's a felon. He's
So
not
that's
supposed to
the
have guns
overall
at all.
problem. So that's the issue. Anything else is just like piling on because it sounds like something interesting to add. The overall problem is he was a felon buying guns illegally, and then somehow he got a year. I don't know how he did that shit, but he's GI, so is what it is.
But what I'm saying is, usually when you have kids and guns involved or drugs involved, there's more charges added on. You know what I'm saying? So he should have got more than a year.
But that's if his guns would have been like laying out on the floor and stuff where the kids can get them. I'm pretty sure they would have got endangering a mind or whatever. And maybe they hit him with it and they just reduced and they took it off. And they just didn't
Maybe they
charge him
took
with
it
it.
off. Maybe they took it off in exchange for a statement. Is that
Exactly.
possible?
So he
Yeah,
could
that
have did
motherfucker
something.
had a silencer.
I mean, he had a lot of guns apparently, and they
That's
didn't.
supposed to be
He only did a
25
year
years
and a
by
half.
itself.
He made some deals with somebody. So
Hey, Wax, down here in Texas, guns, kids, and drugs, they don't mix. And
so how? Wait,
you finna get at least 3 to 5, 3 to 10 maybe, and yeah,
wait for illegal guns, right? Because everybody and their mama got a gun in Texas.
yeah, illegal. Even if you're a felon with a firearm, they still gonna have to check it out because you can't be with a gun.
Well, I know I fully get that, but what I'm
You can't
saying
have a
is,
gun once you like 7 years after your probation is done. That's when you can have a gun down here.
good God, okay. Um, all right, because I'm in Minnesota, and so I got my conceal and carry and blah blah blah. But I know that it doesn't matter if if I have kids in my house, I have to have a gun safe. Like if they come to my house and I have kids in my home, and then my weapons are just hanging on my like on the table or something, I'm in trouble. But that's just me here in Minnesota, and I'm legally allowed to have guns. I don't know what it's like anywhere else, but I know like in Texas, y'all motherfuckers just drive around with your guns in the back of your trucks. And how do they know you're a felon just immediately?
Yeah, you don't even need a gun permit in Texas.
Right? You guys can just walk around carrying your crap now, right? Didn't they
You
just
don't
pass
need
that
one
law?
in Atlanta neither.
There's
Yeah,
some
to carry one
there's some
around, you do need
loopholes.
one in Atlanta. You
There's
need a
some
carry
loopholes
permit.
to it, Wax, but kinda.
You need
I say
need
kinda.
a permit if you're going to conceal it. But if you just got it and it's showing, you do not need a permit, bro.
Yeah, you can can't you almost open carry in almost every state?
No, in Atlanta,
No,
you cannot carry it. You
no.
need a permit to carry.
No, you do not. You only need a permit if it's concealed, bro. It's
It's
concealed
conceal and
carry
carry because
permit, bro.
open
It's
carry
not an
is
open
different.
carry permit, bro.
I
You
live in
don't.
Atlanta. What are you
So do
talking
I,
about?
bro.
I
So do
got
I.
guns.
I live in East Atlanta, bro. I
I'm
got
in
my
East
gun.
Atlanta too.
I got my gun on my hip right at the barbershop right now, nigga. Like,
And
what
you
are you
don't got a
talking about?
and you
I
don't
don't.
got a carry permit?
I don't need a But carry if you permit, going, bro, it's everyone can see it. If I stash it in my boxes or some shit, yeah, I need a carry permit. I got one of them too, but I don't need that bitch. That's only if I'm concealing it, if I'm going somewhere where it's not guns, where you can't have guns and shit. But if you
Conceal
just
and
got it
carry,
out
yep.
and it's on your hip, you can have it out. It's open carry.
Open carry. There's a
I'm a
difference.
Dutch. I got my carry permit. Fuck that.
Yeah, there's
Yeah, that's
open
new to
carry and
me, man.
concealed
I got
carry.
to
Right.
carry. I'm in Atlanta too.
Yeah. There's
Bro,
carry
you don't
concealing
need it, is
carry is
what I'm
different.
telling you.
Yep.
That's good for your own safety, whatever. You can conceal it, whatever, but you don't
Yep.
need it. If you see a nigga with a gun on his hip walking to the store, he can have that shit on his hip. You can see it.
letting us
You know,
know
here's the truth.
who did
If
it.
Orlando
Because
Orlando
if it's
Castillo
a
would have
consistent
had
boy,
would have
You know what
had
I
his
mean?
pistol on his
He would have
dashboard
just
of his
took the
car,
charge. He would have took
and you'd have had
everything.
it
It would
just
have been a
locked
done
in his
data,
dashboard,
right?
um,
He would have said, "Oh no, man,
the cop would have
I
never
thought
shot
they
him
were legal. I thought
because he
this. I
wouldn't have
thought
panicked
that."
because he wouldn't have been reaching
Ti
for it.
man,
If that makes
he
any
ain't do
sense.
no 2 years.
Um,
He ain't do
Because
no
it
three
can't be
years.
concealed. He didn't have a
it's
concealed
not
permit,
concealed.
He
so he
had
It's
can't
wide
security
conceal the
open to be
gun.
treatment.
seen. Yep, it's wide open to be seen.
And some
And
people
Wax, we
that's in
have
the
open
streets, just
carry
like this
down here.
Jim Jones shit, man.
Okay,
That shit looks suspect.
because
Put
I got my
yourself in
concealed
his
carry because
shoes.
we can
I got
If
a
open
it's
quick
a
carry.
question.
Walmart
If all
parking
you guys are
lot
saying that you guys would call
or
the
the
cops on
police
somebody
swoop up
if
on
they came and
you,
did whatever the case may be, you guys said you were
and
going to
they
call the cops. How come you guys carrying guns on you guys? You guys are just
big guns, man.
No, okay, because you know
inviting
what?
a problem.
You
That means
know,
you guys are, if you
consumers
guys are
need to go to
citizens,
hell,
you guys
right, for a long
are
time.
stirring with the law. Why are you guys having guns on you guys? Don't need guns on you guys.
Wait, be clear,
Because
be
no
clear.
one's
I'm
no
in
What?
one's
Yeah,
Atlanta.
calling the
where are you
cops.
I,
talking
I,
about at,
I,
You
V?
would
I never
assume,
said I
like,
was gonna call the cops. I
hey,
Right,
said
how do
exactly.
you
Atlanta
know what I
street
mean?
niggas do
Yeah, the
not call
homie,
the
he can
cops,
take the
bro.
charge.
I said
They
that
You know,
handle it.
plenty times.
we could fight it and
They
stuff
handle it.
like that.
What I was
This
asked
is for the
was,
people that
Um,
are saying that, oh, we'd call the cops if we seen this happen or we seen this happen. We'd
when
call
he
the
go
cops.
down, he can
what
So
was
openly
this
asked.
is
say,
for
"Hey,
that.
let's get
Them people
everybody
that are
in."
saying that,
The
not for the people that
TI
are
has been
like, we don't
very
say nothing.
vocal
This is for the people
What
that are
about
was
saying that I will
asked?
ethics.
call the cops if I
You know
see
what I
something
mean?
happening on the
Which
streets.
is
Why
real
are you carrying?
strange.
You shouldn't. There's no reason for you to
Most
have a gun in
people
your
in this
possession
type of
because you're not
situation,
committing any crime.
you
That means you're
know,
not doing anything
they
wrong,
know to
meaning
just,
that
you
you're
know what I
not
mean? Hey,
participating in
I
that
ain't do this
lifestyle.
shit. Let me
So if
just
you're
keep
not
quiet.
participating in that
Everybody need a
lifestyle,
gun
what,
though, bro. I
Wow,
ain't gonna lie
you're
now.
really
why
bad
do
with
you
your
Hey,
ask
concerns on
everybody
my
need a
somebody,
end
gun?
because
Let
then
be
you'll get
friendly.
You
that's
need
ever
a
went
gun.
back
People shoot up
and
churches.
did
I
that
don't know
deal
But
with
about
that's
that.
just
Mike
are you
inviting.
kidding me?
That's inviting
and put that
No,
trouble
it's
person
coming
not.
your way. Having a, you know what
No,
I
it's
mean?
not.
So
Ti had to say
I see
something.
People
what
go
you mean.
rob those who are
That's
not
just
armed.
too many. That's
People go
just too
rob
many
the easiest
guns. It's
murder.
just too
If you
much
are
shit
armed, no one's people are
for
going to
you to
think twice
say,
before
you
they
know
come and
what?
rob you. That's why you
Hey,
carry the gun. I don't
uh,
understand
Fact.
this, your frame of thinking.
I
You
So
don't
don't
you
only
gotta
need
know.
order
That's
not
why I
only
said
mercenaries.
criminals have
it
guns.
don't make no
Legal
sense.
citizens need to carry guns, so criminals
People
don't.
go to
So
people
criminals
go
think twice
down
about being
for
criminals.
one gun,
This is the problem. If
one
only
assault
criminals
Gun
are
rifle,
armed,
sales would not
that's
be
the
as
with a
high as
problem.
they
bullet
are
all in it,
if
right?
only criminals was
It
buying
don't
This
them.
man
always work like
Ti,
that, Wax.
he was able to come out of that
Well, bro,
unscathed.
Well,
I'm trying to tell you, if
Now,
I'm
if
a
you a
had
black
some
citizen
man,
stank on doo doo,
who's
if
right?
you a
armed
black man, you should have a gun
Just to make
because
shit
white
at
people
all
worse.
have them.
times. Exactly.
Let me put
I
it
don't
up.
understand why only black, but black people think only
You in
criminals should have
America, you
guns.
should
He
have one.
continues
If you're
to
an
explain
American,
that
it's
a
your right
part
to
of
have a
this
freaking gun.
agreement,
Go get
right,
one.
he had to
Learn how to
do
use it correctly.
Everybody
Use
else
proper
a Crime
got
use
Stoppers
proper
had.
muzzle discipline.
Now,
Like
when asked
seriously, use
about the
proper.
Crime
Like
Stoppers
I don't
ad,
understand.
he said he ain't really want to do it, but he said, "Hey, man, if this is gonna help me stay out of jail, if this is gonna help
you
me
know,
be
or just
free,
gangsterism or whatever you want
then
to call
I'm
it. You know,
down to do
everybody need to
whatever."
protect themselves,
Right?
even grandma.
Letting it be known that
Right.
whatever I
Well,
need
my
to do
grandma's
to get
passed, but
out,
she used to carry.
however I need.
But I'm from a family that carried, so I guess it. And it really, really just might be like who raised you, or who was around when you was raised, or the environment you were raised in.
Yeah, that's true. Cause shit, my granny gonna bust something allegedly.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Allegedly.
Like
Allegedly.
she not
I
playing no
wa-
yeah,
games.
but she's not
my
going to call the
grandparents.
cops either.
She
She's
keep
not
no,
going to
she
call the
not.
cops either.
She not. She gon' if somebody try to
Once
rob
again,
her, she gonna shoot them.
and then call the
Light her a
cops.
cigarette. Look, light her a cigarette. Drink some
call,
coffee. Sit there. Watch
call
the body while the
the,
neighbors call the cops.
yeah. But I told you, my grandfather and my uncle lit some clan members up, bodies in the yard. My grandmother calmly called the cops.
Well, they did all
It's
that.
what
Why
you
didn't you
do.
learn from them and not say? Not why are you the one that called the cops now?
Why didn't
So
I learn
your
from
grandparents
them?
were doing living in one way, like they were teaching you one way, but you said, "Oh, I don't care what they have to say. I'm going to go ahead and call the cops if something happens."
Once again, my grandparents called the cops. Are you missing at it? Are you missing that? Or are you just being obtuse for the hell of it? Literally, I said they called the cops. They shot the Klan members and then called the cops. And the question was posed, if I saw somebody shoot an old lady, would I tell the police who shot the old lady? Not would I call the cops? That was the question. What you're
He
saying
took it
is
back to Shawshank Redemption and said obtuse. That's what's up.
But
like
hey,
straight
look,
up.
my neighbor's sister, she had like a little breathing accident today. yesterday. I forgot what they said she had. And she come knock on my door asking me if I can go help her sister. I go down there, help her. I see the laws come. Shit, sit her down in that chair, I'm gone. I don't need to talk to no fireman, no ambulance, no law. I'm gone. They don't even need to see me.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
They don't need to see me or talk to me. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I have a question. If you have a job where you're a mandated reporter, does that then violate your street code? Which one do you pick?
What street
Then
niggas a
that
reporter, Wax?
yeah, don't get that job, bro.
The only street niggas that's reporting are on YouTube, bro. So
No, I
I don't
said
know.
mandated reporter. I don't think you know what that means. I'm sorry.
Are you talking about
Um,
like a news reporter?
no, mandated reporter. Let's say you're a former street nigga and you trying to get out the light, and then you get a job as like a CNA, or you get a job where you go work like at an old nursing home or whatever, right? And those are jobs and positions in which you become what's called a mandated reporter, where you are obligated by law to report on certain things that you see. That's just how it works in certain
Wax, but
professions.
wouldn't you just give a statement to your boss and that boss gives a statement to the police?
No, because the mandated reporter doesn't just stop at work. It's pretty much like everywhere you go, what you do. That's why it's mandated
I
reporter.
don't know no street nigga doing that or who went to college or got out of jail to do that. So I can't speak for them.
As long
Hey,
as you
But
don't sign it, it's official.
hey, now that we
listen,
didn't, now
I've
that we
never
didn't,
put being a street nigga and a reporter in the same thing. Not like, you know what I'm saying, on a reporter on a network or nothing like that, you know.
no, I guess I used the term wrong. If you're a mandated reporter, your job is to like if you see somebody mistreating an older or elderly person, you have to report it. If you see somebody abusing a child, you have to report it. That's mandated reporting.
Just don't sign the paperwork, Wax. Just you know what I mean, and then you'll be good.
You said
all right.
sign the paperwork.
So let me
It's
ask
your
you.
job. Like if you work at the hospital, you're like I'm just saying that's your job. Like, is there a point where your job becomes more important than what you used to do as a life?
And Wax, if let me put it in this perspective. If somebody working at Taco Bell and somebody come up there and fight and
No,
I'm a
that's not a
worker
thing.
on the shift, hold on, or
Right.
somebody come up there with a gun and shoot somebody, bro, I don't have to speak to the police.
No, you don't. No, you're not. Not at all. You do not have to because you work at Taco Bell. Not at all. I'm not talking about that type of thing. That's a clearly one of those other. That's not the type of thing I'm talking about. Does that make sense? But if you're
No,
working
no,
in a
I get
nursing
you, but
home,
I was just trying to put it in
right?
another perspective for other people on the stage if they didn't get you.
Oh, okay. Cause I'm saying I'm talking like those who work in nursing homes, those who work and take care. If your job has other people depend on you for their livelihood or for them to function in life, you are a person you are then what's called a mandated reporter. So your whole entire everything about you has to change, if that makes sense. And I'm just asking, are there certain areas or times when what you used to do, which was your street life, and you're trying to change to become a fully functioning human being and
Well,
and
now
do
they're a
like legit
civilian,
stuff.
Wax. They're no longer a street nigga. They're a civilian. Once they pick up that phone and talk to the police, they are now a civilian.
Well, isn't the difference then at that case just it's different than your activity at that time? Like can't you be a gangbanger and just not involved with something that you see and not and be a civilian at that point because they got nothing to do with you? You know what I'm saying? Or are you involved with everything because you are a gangbanger? So
You you
everything
you
involves you
drawing
is
up
what I'm asking.
you drawing up circumstances and situations that you know street guys wouldn't be involved in. I don't know no street dude that's a CNA or none of that stuff. You got to come up with real hypotheticals.
That's what I was about to say. No street
I
niggas
know
taking them
former street
jobs. I'm
dudes.
sorry.
I know former street dudes
Ain't
are
no real
nurses
street
now.
nigga taking them jobs, bro. I'm sorry.
I know former street dudes are nurses. I know former street dudes have changed their life and gone on to do professional careers.
Hey, Wax, when they get that
I
job,
mean,
do they have to sign some type of paper?
When you if you
A
go to work
mandated
for like
reporter.
yeah
Once that
yeah
street nigga signs that paper to be a mandated reporter, he is taking all his street ties and street everything he ever did, and he's now a civilian. He gave
fair
up
enough
street rights away.
Ain't no
fair
street
enough.
dude putting them scrubs on. That's what the girls be wearing. Ain't no street dude putting them
wait,
scrubs.
hold on,
This
man.
is what I'm saying.
Hold on. Can I say something real quick?
Oh,
I'm from the street, bud. I do in home care right now. I'm with a client right now.
oh, you
Are
got
you
the
a
scrubs
mandated
on?
reporter, Payne?
I don't even know what that is. If something happened to him, do I gotta call the police or do I gotta call the ambulance? Hell yeah.
No, no. He said if you outside minding your business and you see something happen, you still gotta call the police because you signed some paper when you got hired.
Nah, I signed the paper to take care of my client, nigga. I didn't sign the
Uh,
paper to be in everybody's business.
No, that's fair. No, no, 'cause I'm in Minnesota. Minnesota, we're mandated. If you're a CNA or anything like that, you become a mandated reporter. If you work on,
That still
if you
don't
work
mean
at
you gotta do
homes with,
it
I'm not.
But that's
Hey,
what I'm
I'm just
saying. If
saying
something
what
happened
they.
to my client, then I'm definitely gonna call the authorities, whoever I need to call. But if I'm walking with my client and I see something happen in the street that's against the law, I'm not finna pick up the phone and call the police.
That's not what you have. That's not what I said. You have to report. That's I think what everybody's missing. You don't have to report like if you see somebody steal a car. That ain't got nothing to do with you. Mandated. What I said mandated reporting was. I think what everybody messes up is if because you're a professional. If you see somebody because you take care of adults. If you see somebody then abusing a vulnerable adult, your job is to step in and stop it and then report those idiots who are doing it.
Off top. I don't
That's what I was
necessarily
saying.
think I would though. That's just
No,
me
that's
though.
fair. I'm just saying what it
No,
was.
no,
Like
no.
mandated.
The way you worded it before is like if you a CNA, you go outside and see somebody doing some shit, you a
Yeah,
mandated
it's,
reporter.
I
Now you
said, I said
clarified it.
abusing. I said abusing. I said abusing. Literally, I said abusing, not just break into a store or something like that. I literally said abusing. I was very clear. I said
No,
abusing an adult or abusing
that
a kid.
that's their job. That's what they do. They can't
So
snitch.
if I'm supposed to do that, am I a snitch then? Because now I'm confused about like if I see
what I'm saying.
somebody
Exactly.
just did doing my client bad. He got
Right.
Down syndrome, and I see them doing him bad in any way, shape,
That's
or
The
form.
10th, the 11th at 11:30. 11.
Am I supposed to? Am I supposed to what I seen happen at 11:30? I don't
Talk
know.
and
I
then
don't
go
think
in.
I am. I'm gonna
All right,
talk to the
well,
person that's doing wrong, and I'm gonna let them know, like, hey, look, man, you know what I mean? You can't be doing that, bro. Like, and especially now that I know, like, man, we can't, you know what I mean? You got to straighten that up.
Right. And if you see him do it again, what do you do? Handle him or do you dim report him? Because those will be your two choices.
Oh shit, bro.
Right. You
I
gonna
don't
handle him,
think
right?
I'm. I don't think I'm gonna report them, bro. I think I'm gonna just
You
wait
gonna
till they
handle him.
get in trouble, bro. And that's just me. That's just me
No,
being
that's
from
fair.
the street.
That's fair. Because if you handle him, you have to deal with that too.
I tell you, it's hard being from the street, goddamn. It's hard living by that street code, goddamn. Boy, I tell you.
The street code has a lot of rules that seem to change depending on your point of view.
Uh-huh. That's what I'm saying. It's hard. Now I get the whole no snitching shit, but to me, the street code go way deeper than just, no snitching if we together and we doing something. To me, it's if I see somebody raping somebody grandma next door, some niggas say, hey, I ain't gonna call no police. Either I gotta handle it or I just keep my mouth closed or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say
Man, you supposed to
man,
step in and handle that,
you
Hey,
and then
supposed
call
to.
the police.
That's
I
why
just
I
want to
You
say
say this
supposed to
real
either
step
quick.
in and
handle
handle it.
yourself or you dig what I'm saying, or just keep your mouth closed. You know what I'm saying? But everybody ain't gonna go handle that they self. Cause sometimes
Right.
when you handle it yourself, now you looking like a killer. But what you gonna say?
Well,
Hey, well he was
right.
raping. Well, you can't say that because well, they gonna say, well, if he was raping, you seen the rape. Why you ain't called the police?
Well,
That's
how
why I
about
Hey,
said
this?
living in them
You
street
have
code, boy. I tell you, that shit hard.
how about you have to handle it by any way you have to handle it one of the whichever way you feel is necessary. Whether it
Hey,
handle it
I
personally
hope
or
the
call
law.
up and handle it. But
That's
you have
what's
to
up.
handle it. You
Just
can't just
be,
like
just be,
turn your back to it.
just know what may come with it. But I don't know
Right.
because the street code. At the end of the day, I don't know. I mean, you suppose if you see, but I don't know, man, because everybody ain't gonna handle everything that they see somebody. If they see a girl getting her ass whooped, or
Nope.
everybody not gonna handle that. Like
Some
I
folks
don't
just
know,
walk
man.
away.
I mean, yeah, because you ain't gonna fight everybody's battle.
Nope.
Like I don't know. But if I ain't gonna lie, if somebody raping somebody grandma, I'm probably gonna just pull up my pistol. I ain't even gonna think about no police.
You got to handle
Police
it.
gonna
big
take
Right.
too
fact, big fact.
long. Police gonna take too
You're
long.
doing the community a favor at that point. You can
But
start
hey,
saying
Yeah,
this and
Pain,
those done.
No one brought snitching into it. No one said that would be considered snitching. They said that street niggas are not supposed to speak to the police because your granny taught you that back in the day, or you was in the streets and they always told you not to talk to the police. No one said it was snitching. So when I hear people bringing up snitching, I don't know where that came from, but we just saying street niggas were taught to not speak to the
Not
police.
talk to the police. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
look,
think
so
about, and about snitching.
neighborhood, not
what if it's
culture
in
though.
a
Maybe
George Floyd situation?
maybe that just depends on where you're from and like your
Hey, that
neighborhood's
mean
area.
any
You
situation,
knocking
bro.
him off.
Even if it was George Floyd, even if it was George Floyd, according
Yeah, a
to
street
the
nigga
street
just
rule,
gonna
that's why
sit
I
there and
said
watch that man get choked out.
the street code is look. That's why I say the street code is the hardest code to me to live by. Cause that's just what it is. You ain't supposed to say nothing police. You ain't supposed. You dig what I'm saying? So you
What?
gotta watch George Floyd get choked out or beat
Right.
his ass yourself.
And he can't
Remember
testify.
Rodney King. Remember Rodney King. They what 6 or 7 cameras watch Rodney King get his ass whooped. Street code should say get it, step in and help him, right?
Yeah.
Wax.
You
We
would
don't
think.
know if
Damn,
those
can a nigga snitch
people
on?
recorded, do we?
Can a
Were
nigga
those
snitch
black
on the
people?
police?
Can
No,
you?
you
Yeah,
can't
that's
snitch
why
on the
that's why I
police,
said
nigga.
that's why I brought up the Jay Prince situation because you
Can you
know he
snitch on
had
the
Yeah.
police?
testified on DEA agents that tried to kill him.
Yeah, can you snitch on police? Or is that
I
just
don't think they
or
got
is
to
that
that
just
in the
fair as
street
fair?
code yet.
Or is that just fair as fair? Like all's fair in guns and war.
Yeah.
Hell
I
yeah,
gotta
fuck
call a
them.
spade, man. Snitching is snitching, man. Nah.
Why?
Some
Why?
people
Snitching is
believe.
snitching.
Hey, real talk. Some people believe even if you snitch on police, you snitch.
Yeah.
Didn't they say that about Frank Lucas?
Hey, look, so let me ask y'all. Now that we done talked about T.I. as a confidential informant, let's talk about this second half of it. Is he the king of the South?
Does
No,
one does one make him the how does he lose that title? Like what made him wait, actually what
to
made him
me,
king of the
Gucci
South in the
man
first place?
for somebody
Well,
like that. I don't
or,
know.
or remember he was. I mean, he still was having a beef with with Shawty Lowe at the time, and Shawty Lowe wasn't. You know what I'm saying? They was having an issue with one claiming one side of town and the other one claiming and supposed to be in the same side of town. Y'all remember that
Yo,
in Shawty Lowe's lyrics?
Yeah, because T.I. ain't really from Bangkok. Yeah.
yo,
Right, like
how is Ti a confidential informant? We know what he did.
yeah, he's not confidential.
I guess because
So
we
I would
can't
say T.I.
really
is king of the South.
necessarily prove it.
He's
I would say he's king of
confidential
the
because
South.
you don't know who he. Do we know who he
Exactly.
gave
We
it up?
we really, yeah, we really don't know
Okay,
the
Damn,
details
well,
Aqua.
like that.
well, if Ti is a big figure like that, and he told on somebody, they would have been came to the forefront, don't you think? That's who's common
That's
sense
what I
here.
keep saying.
Not if you could
Like
pay
who'd he
somebody
tell
Oh,
on?
off.
so that's
If I could
that
pay
That's
goes
what I
that's
somebody
want to
off,
know
that's
I don't
who
just
know.
who he
I
that
don't
told
know
shows
on.
the
about
people
that.
that never been in trouble. If you don't go to trial, you don't know who told on you. In order for you to get the discovery that the prosecution got, and the lawyer could tell you the information the prosecution got against you, is if you about to take 12 and take your chances. Other than that, you cop out, you go to jail. You don't know where that information came from. That you could have an idea, but you're not gonna know unless you take 12 and say you gonna roll the dice.
So
Yes, sir.
so
I
let me
actually agree. I agree with you, sir. But you also know who you dealt with when you was in those dealings. And it doesn't take a rocket
That's what
scientist
I
to figure
said.
that out.
That's what I said. But 9 times out of 10, just like everybody spoke of in rooms prior to this, if you don't got no paperwork, you can't just throw shit rat on somebody's jacket. If
I
you can't
agree. Yes,
go,
sir.
you
Yes,
can't
sir.
be in the yard and say son ratted. They're gonna send you up top for that. If you come to the yard and say so and so told, but you ain't got no work, you going up top because now instead of dudes smoking him and sending him in a box, you could be out there just trying to start some. So if you can't prove that shit, they're gonna say, yeah, you gotta be able to prove if somebody told. If T.I. is out there giving underhand information on people and niggas is not going to trial, they not gonna get no paperwork.
Well, isn't that something that we should be telling that coward CEO Rick that's sitting here trying to light something up and he don't know what he's talking about? Period.
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
Well,
What are you
Hold on,
saying?
hold on,
What are
hold
you
on.
saying? What are
nah,
you
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 gonna
saying,
trying to
Rick?
call
get me?
Rika
Man, watch
Yeah,
coward
your
I'm
right
motherfucking
now?
Chose
Hold on,
mouth.
hold on.
Hey,
I
who
got it,
is
I got it, I
that,
got it, I
bro?
got it.
I'm
You gonna
Chose
sit here and
Nation.
call Rika coward, and you've been on this stage this whole time, and when this man was on this stage and you couldn't say shit to him.
No, sir. I just got on the stage, bitch ass nigga.
What make him a
Hey,
coward though, bro?
man, pull him back up.
No,
Oh
don't
wait,
pull him
who
back
is
Yeah,
this
up.
guy?
yeah. Pull
I
that
got
coward
time
back
today,
up.
swag. Bring him back up.
No, man, because this ain't what we
Nah.
on. We about furthering this conversation about going forward, man. We ain't about that negative shit in here, man. We
You
don't play
show
that.
right. You show right.
That ain't
We
what
finna talk
that ain't
about
what we
this
about.
problem and get to a solution for sure, for sure.
So yeah, so the paperwork is up there. If you click the link, you'll see what happened or what happened in that particular case. And it's like, all right, well, this man know he wasn't supposed to have nothing, and then still got it, and then got arrested for it, and then got out early as hell for all the people, whether you street civilian or whether you're not. Something don't make sense here, right? I'm just asking. Or whether you got money or not. But see, it's just accepted though. It's accepted. We just look at it. We just look at the paperwork and just ignore it. Somebody else came in here and was like, "Nah, the paperwork don't matter. I need the audio." It's all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's just recognize it. You know what I'm saying? It's just this is just opinions, but some paperwork is behind it. I do agree with you. If you say you got some dirt on somebody's name, then yeah, you need the paperwork on that. That's street or civilian. Some things carry across the lines. People just understand logic though. But y'all will question the same thing. Whether if they was a celebrity or not, you'd be questioning the same thing. You'd be like, well, hold on, oh, you got out, you got out. Hold on, you supposed to get this type of time. You ain't supposed to get that type of time, whether you're a celebrity or not. Because if they give you community service and all that type of stuff, and they could have did the same thing to your homeboy. They could have gave him the same thing. He was doing some positive shit in his community. He had a job. He had a business. He had other things going on besides what he might have got arrested for, but shit, ain't nobody saying nothing about that. They just sending their ass up the road, and that shit's supposed to be cool. I don't know, but then you get into the whole confidential informant over here, the king of the South. Then what makes him the king of the South? That's what I thought. Nobody even could tell me what makes him the king of the South.
Swag, I think back then he was, but he lost that a long time ago.
And
That's
then
why
this
you
whole
really don't hear him say it too much no more.
that whole situation with Shawty Low, people know that stuff went deep. You know, they made a whole song. God damn, must be two sides. Everybody sang that part. So I don't know what really happened. Some people say Trick Daddy King of the South. What you think, Jet?
Hell no.
Nah?
On the cool,
Trick
y'all
Somebody,
Daddy
might
somebody
run
kill
say
me for
Florida
Trick
saying
Daddy
too.
this.
King of the South.
Y'all might kill me for saying this,
He
but
really is, and
It
he
used
run
to be
Florida.
Scarface.
Lil Baby might be the new king of the South.
I guess, yeah, I
I'll
guess.
wait. I'll wait.
I mean, he at
What?
the top right
You
now
say
in
Lil
hip hop
Baby
in
will be the
general,
King of
but
the South?
yeah.
Lil Baby be the King of the South? Why would you say Lil Baby be the King of the South? What is it about Lil Baby that makes him the King of the South?
At
Is
one
it just
time
a
they
He
said
probably
Wayne.
saying that just because he on top of the rap game right now. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why T.I. had got that, because he was the most popping out the South at that time. So, you know what I'm saying? If we look at it like they
Even
looked at
though
it.
Lil Wayne, I think
Ooh,
what
you
Wayne
so
got
right.
hotter maybe later, didn't he?
Mm,
But Wayne don't give you. I don't know what it's something about Wayne. He don't absolutely give you a southern feel.
but
You know what I'm
he
saying? But
he can, but you know, Wayne probably see it like, man, this nigga have the South. I'm top 5, top 3 type shit. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah. I mean, Wayne in a different lane to me.
I really don't even put them in the same category unless it's a feature. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they did that song. What was even that song they did with Beyonce? I know that was a big commercial hit. That one, not Beyonce, but what Destiny's Child. That I Need a Soldier with Wayne and Ti. That was big for the South just in general. I will say that. You know, both of their careers were public. You know.
Was
Wasn't
Shawty
Slim
Lo?
Thug on that hoe too?
No, I think Slim Thug did another one with B. He did have a song with was it Beyonce or was it Destiny's
Yeah,
Child? He
I
did
think
do
it was
something
all
like that.
three. It was the whole Destiny, but
Was it?
I thought he was on
Might
that
have been.
song. Maybe it was a remix.
Might
Was
have
Shawty?
been.
Y'all
You
think
know
Shawty
what? I
Lo was
think
the
he
King of the
was
South
on
before he
that
passed
song.
away? You
You
think
said
Shawty
what?
Lo was the King of the South before he passed away?
Nah, he the king of Bankhead.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elo was the king of Bankhead though.
He had the West Side.
Shit, he had the whole streets. Everybody respected him, right?
Bankhead.
Shit, who else you got? You got damn shit,
You
not Rick
gotta
Ross.
remember when
Rick Ross.
Shawty Lowe was the man. You gotta remember when Shawty Lowe was the man. Gucci was the man in Atlanta. Everybody was trying to
Yeah,
link up and get features from Gucci.
yeah.
All these
So
rappers you see now, Young Thug, Migos, they came through Gucci. Gucci was
yeah,
just too
yeah,
drugged up
for real.
and kept going to jail and shit like
Even
that.
Nicki
But
Minaj,
out
yeah,
of
you
all
right.
the top
Cause
niggas
Gucci,
now,
cause Gucci for real, he supposed to be on Master P level or something like that.
yeah,
For real.
bruh. That Jungle though, that Lincoln, I know he probably didn't want to get with Soldier Boy, but that nigga was doing features for Soldier Boy. All these
Shawty
motherfuckers that's
Low,
popping now,
that Gucci bandana he did with Shawty Low and Soldier,
yeah.
that shit was bumping. That bit was jumping.
Ti and Jeezy was like, man, get away from me, nigga. Gucci was like, man,
Yeah,
run it.
yeah. But see, you know one thing about Gucci, I will say, and that's why some people look at him like he definitely was king of Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? In some regard, or a lot of regard. Cause I ain't gonna lie, like you look at Ti, Jeezy, they kind of went corporate, kind of went to the label, kind of went to that type of level. Gucci was always in the streets, and I ain't mean like necessarily like selling dope, but I mean like in the streets and touch the people, touch the new
That's
artists and
true.
shit. So you know what I'm
Facts.
saying. So a lot of people just had a whole lot more respect for him, even outside of just legitimacy or just being in a label or something like that. You know.
I'm gonna tell you somebody else that was like that, and he was in Grand Hustle Camp. That was Dro. I seen young Dro more on the streets than Tip,
Damn, for real.
pulling up with Fantasia and everything in the hood.
I ain't even know that. I ain't even know. I know Dro had it. I know Dro always was kind of off and on with this shit a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know.
I don't think he ever really took it seriously, but
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
Dro could be
He can
bigger
make
than
some
what
hits
he is.
though. Yeah, he can make because that's what Ti said. He said he only really go hard when his back against the wall. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that shit wild, man. That shit wild.
Oh,
Well, what about Charlie Lowe and D4L?
I
D4L
mean,
was running.
D4L definitely made their mark. Somebody they did an interview with Shawty Lo's son on it's a shit called Boss Talk. I think he said at the time when D4L really was bubbling, Low was locked up at the time, and that's why
yeah.
he kind of came back a little bit later.
I'm gonna tell y'all straight up, man. A lot of that when Soldier Boy came out, man, that was Fabo from D4L. Them
Man,
glasses
yeah,
and all that shit, that
them
dancing
dances too.
shit.
Uh huh.
Yeah,
You
man.
sure right. Cause to be honest with you, let's be real. You from Atlanta, dude, or you sound like you
Yeah,
from
I'm
the
from
South
Atlanta.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, you probably remember Bebo, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, you remember really? I first heard about Soulja Boy through Bebo, and really at that time, Fabo and all them was already had their way. To me, Soulja Boy kind of was. He kind of took from them for real, for real. A lot of people don't realize that, but if you go back and look at the style, even from that crank dad and how he kind of would put his leg up sometimes a little bit, like it really kind of
Yep.
mimicked what Fabo and D4L was doing, even how the smoothness in their dances and shit like that.
I said the same exact thing. Everybody was talking about them glasses came from Soldier Boy. I was like, man, Fabo
Yeah,
been doing
that
that,
really
man.
came from
I said,
Fabo
y'all
though,
know
real
them
talk.
anything
Hey,
about the pool palace, and
Fabo,
yeah, that was Fabo.
Fabo deserved more flowers than he get from the people. Really flowers than he get.
Soldier Boy just had the internet on lock when
Yeah,
a
that
lot
was
of
what
folks
he
didn't know how to work
utilized.
that shit.
Facts, facts, facts. That's what he
So he
really
was getting them
utilized.
dances going straight to the internet, and everybody was thinking it was him. And I was like, bro,
Hmm.
that just is stealing all that jump from the little local rappers from Atlanta, man.
That's a fact, though. That's a fact. That's real talk.
That's like he be on here sometime, but was it Measy? He had a song like that back in the day, cause he from like Stone Mountain.
Oh, you talking about music
Um,
manager for 21/7?
yeah.
He used to do music.
He had a yeah.
Oh, I
He
didn't
had
know
a
that.
that was back when I don't know if you remember like K Rab and all them little groups had them little dance songs and stuff like that.
Yeah, I kind of remember that area. 'Cause I mostly grew up in Birmingham, Alabama. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of was like right next to that whole Atlanta scene and
You
shit. So
talking about the
a lot
snap
of that shit
movement,
used to
right?
come over there.
Yeah, that snap
I mean, it was
music.
kind of around that time. Yeah,
It was
yeah, around that time.
around that area when like Lil Jon kind of had it. That
Yeah.
with that crunk and all that.
Uh-huh. But John, that nigga, that he a legend too. When you think about it, he did a lot to
Hell
promote
yeah.
Southern hip hop into, you know what I'm saying, to the forefront.
All right, man. Well, look, man, it's Trolls Nation, Trolls Nation, Trolls Nation, man. Make sure y'all show up to the top, man. Make sure you follow the house. All right, make sure y'all stick around, man. We got so many lit rooms, man, and so many topics to talk about. Y'all stick around because later on the day, man, we might I got somebody's son that we actually talking about that's coming to actually be in the room with us for Trolls Nation room. So make sure y'all hit up top and make sure y'all follow everybody on the stage. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you can notice when they jump in the rooms. All right. We about to get ready to get up out of here, man. Appreciate y'all for coming in today, man. We talking T.I. Confidential Informant or King of the South Part 1. Y'all stick around for Part 2. We got more info that's going to be coming out. It's going to get crazy. And I just got some stuff on the back channel. This shit about to get wild.
Now, hey, I got a quick question. I just got a phone call, so I missed a lot of stuff. But I have a question about paperwork. Um, if you go to court, obviously, and you blow a trial or whatever, you get a ton of paperwork, and I guess that's what you have to turn in when you go to jail or whatever. But if you make a plea, is there the same? Does that paperwork whole request work out the same way then? Like, or do you is it is that something where you have to go through trial or your question?
Hey, Wax, what rhymes with Zoom?
Nice.